Well, hello everybody. My name is Usha. I am a Hindu chaplain at the FSC, and my skill is to make chai. We had a You Flourish week last year, and in one of the student halls, we took all the ingredients and we made chai, and it went over really, really well. Lots of people had lots of fun. So here I am making the chai Indian way, Indian as in from India. Um, it's chai is very ubiquitous. You go to somebody's house, and the first thing they do without asking you is to put the water on for chai. So chai is almost essential. Everybody gets chai first thing in the morning. Those who can afford servants, they are served chai in bed. It's called a bed tea. So chai is very essential in the sense. So everybody has a cup of chai in the morning before they do anything else. And then chai goes on all day. So somebody comes and you put a pot to boil, and this is a water that's already boiling. And the chai has some herbs and spices mixture that's added to the chai. So I have here, and the main ingredients are, the most common ones are the fennel. It's a seed that's whole. And the next very common ingredient is green cardamom. So these are pods, and if you open it, they have these black seeds in them. There. And it's the seeds that are the aromatic stuff. But you don't go around peeling all the pods. Some people put it whole. Other people like to grind it up. So in my mortar pestle here, I have 2 tablespoons of fennel and maybe equivalent of an inch long cinnamon, and about 5 pods of this cardamom. Now, some people like to put cloves also. I don't like the flavor of cloves. Some also put the black cardamom. So the thing is that it's kind of an acquired taste, but most common are these 3 ingredients: fennel, cinnamon, and green cardamom. So I'm just gonna crush them a little bit. Usually people have it ground up. Maybe they grind it once a week, or you don't want to grind it too and keep it for too long, because spices do lose their flavor. That there's essential oils in them, and they kind of evaporate if you leave them.
There it is.
This is how you want it?
No.
She's just trying to show
We're just trying to show it.
Okay. Yeah, there. I'm just crushing it very lightly. My water is boiling, getting very impatient. Mm-hmm. And so usually you grind it into a powder, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna try and whoops.
Oop.
And not the mortar go in there. And you let these spices boil just for a little bit. I'm just going to add a little more. I'm going to stand up to see what. So looks okay to me. Maybe just a little more cinnamon. So you'll learn to adjust the amounts as you go by. We have a recipe here that we made up, and I think Sarah is going to put it online or something, and you can all download it, I guess. So So this is for this one pouch. And this one pouch will make 2.5 cups of chai. Now, one of the things that really shows my bias is when people call it chai tea latte. That's very redundant. Because when you say chai in India, it means chai with milk. So when you say latte, that is chai with milk. But to add all three, chai, tea, latte, maybe it's because latte is usually made with coffee, so they want to specify that it's a tea latte. Anyway, it gets my goat every so often. So the spices have boiled a little bit, and I'm not going to put loose leaf tea. The best that you can do, you can add bags if you want. Now I think we have about 5 cups of, can I have another little thing? My left hand is not good. Yeah, I want to put it in something and then put it in there.
Okay, sure. Yeah. You can go.
Loose leaf is the best, but you can put, bags if you want. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So this is about maybe 5 cups of water. So I'm gonna put 5 almost tablespoons of chai. Because we like it quite strong because it comes with the milk. That's 3. Let's go with 4 and then we'll see how it goes. It's a loose leaf, so it's pretty strong. Here we go.
So, but this loose leaf is a little different, eh? Like it looks like it's a little more powdered.
Yeah, you don't. This is from India,
Right.
and so it's almost like it's almost like coffee, a very coarse coffee. I don't know. I don't think you really get a loose leaf tea that's leaves.
I mean, there are a few.
There are, but they don't have the kind of flavor.
I see.
I think when they roast the tea for the Indian kind of chai,
right,
it curls up a lot. I think it's to do with the processing.
I see.
Rather than the kind. So our chai is boiling now very nicely, and you just want to stir it. Okay, let's have the milk now, and you add the milk as you go along.
Okay, yeah.
To check the color that you want.
You wanna...
You can tell that I'm not a measure person. I don't necessarily measure everything.
It's all in the feel.
Yeah,
And I think the color too. That
it's what color you want the chai to be. Some like it very dark, other like it more blonde. I think just a little more. Now, a very crucial thing. Once you put the milk in, no matter how much you're tempted, do not take your eyes off it. And do not turn away, because it will boil over and you will have a big mess. So we're going to wait for it to boil. So chai is going to be ready in 4 or 5 minutes. What are we going to do after that? Drink it?
Drink it. Talk about people's day. Show what you brought for snack.
Take them out, please, on a plate.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. So when you're serving tea, you have to serve something to eat with it. You never serve somebody chai alone. So you either have some salty things, and samosas are another ubiquitous thing in India. Everybody has samosas. Or you have some dry, salty stuff like crunchy, like, what would you call semia?
I guess they're just like crunchy little
noodles. They are made from chickpea flour. And this is starting to boil. What are we going to drain it into? Do we have a pot?
Let me check.
We usually would drain it into the percolator, TBH.
Because we have this. But
Do we
this
have a
might be
teapot?
too-
Yeah, I will need that. We don't have a teapot?
Oh, we do have a teapot, like just right over, yeah.
Okay, that's too small
There's the second one too. Not sure.
though. Oh yeah, this one.
This one.
Yeah, that might be
It's very
slightly
artisan
bigger.
and-
Yes, very artisan.
Yeah, just trying to be fancy.
This is actually more for the Chinese tea.
It's
But,
a mixing
oh my
culture
goodness.
still.
we're
Yeah, it's very big.
intercultural.
Let me see if I can find.
I mean, like, we could just pour it into like a pot and then we could just like ladle it out, eh?
Yeah, but we need to drain it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We need a strainer,
Is
smaller strainer.
there another strainer? Because there's the big one. I just don't know the kitchen too well.
No, I don't either. Sarthak, you're just gonna have to hold it like
Sure.
this
This
then.
one?
Ooh, that's gonna make a mess.
Yes, it is.
Well, we're gonna get
Or is there something bigger we can put it in first? So then
Okay, ladle.
maybe first.
I need a ladle.
this is the process.
It's quick moving in the kitchen now.
I should turn
You can
this-
turn it down. If
We
you
can
want to.
turn it down, yeah.
I don't know. what this-
Thank you, Simon. Should we put some more milk, Sarthak? Just a little?
Yeah, maybe a little.
a good
Yeah.
touch,
A good touch.
a nice dash.
This is how chai works anyway.
Yeah, this is
You
exactly
adjust
how
till
it
you get
works.
Is this one fine? This is a.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
less
no, no,
fine.
no, that's less fine. Okay, so if you get just a little closer here, we are going to, no, I'm gonna wait till I added milk, so
Let's let it boil. again.
let it boil.
I'm just
again.
thinking, is there something bigger we can strain into and then put it into the
No,
pot?
Yeah, I think
this is the smallest thing. Even a plastic one will do.
Yeah, I think it would be smart if we like strain it over some type of bowl and then pour
Yeah,
it onto our.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just make it messy as well.
yeah, it is going to make mess.
Oh, that might be better. This is what we normally.
Oh,
use.
yes, now we go.
I don't know. what-
See, folks, it's a process here at the FSC.
We are not, I am not familiar with the kitchen here.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Okay, it's boiling. I'm
So
going
this
to turn it
ketchup-
off.
Yeah, that one should just.
Okay, I'm still gonna use the ladle because this doesn't have a spout or anything, so.
And while we're ladling, Ushanti, somebody had a question about the history of chai and where it comes from. I don't know if you have
Okay,
more. context.
chai does come from China. The history, as I understand, that chai was introduced to India by the British. You know, the British were the rulers in India for almost 300 years. And what I understand is that in England, they did not drink water. The water was not healthy to drink. So what they drank was just ale or beer or whatever, and they realized that it was not good for children. And there was also this big movement of anti-drinking. What was it that called?
Prohibition?
Prohibition. Well, there was another
Well,
word.
Yeah. I don't know.
Another word.
Prohibition.
I can't think
Some
of it.
word.
Yeah, so there was a movement of not drinking too much because people were drinking too much. So the tea became a substitute. Somebody in their wisdom brought over chai, tea from China, and they introduced it to the British people. And British people being who they are, they took to it very nicely. That's where your 4 o'clock chai tea time started. And so we have drained it into this one, and our tea is off. We wish we had a bigger pot to, okay. So we can have a cup, everybody can have a little cup.
Sure.
And sugar. Now,
Oh,
sugar
yes,
is, in India, people add the sugar to the chai. I don't take sugar in my chai, so I don't add to, so people have to add it to themselves.
Sorry.
So I was going about the history. So anyway, so this is the British UK, and they have introduced chai to their country. And bringing chai from China was not that easy, or there were political reasons or whatever. So they started, they opened up a lot of plantations in India. And so they grew tea in India. So that's how chai came to India. And so they grew tea in India on plantations. And of course, if it was growing in India, people in India started drinking it. The Britishers drank a lot of tea in India. And Indian people mixed with the British a lot. So they picked up the tradition. Now I think Indians drink more tea than anybody else. And again, saying tea is not the same thing because hardly anybody ever drinks tea the way the British drink, just the tea leaves in water and then cold.
Bigger?
In India, it's always, small one's good. So here we're going to serve chai to these young people who are around me. They helped me so much. Yes.
Oh wait, Madison, attention. How are you gonna like?
Because you did it last time just to show the other items that there are. Kind of down over.
So these are little samosas that I bought. They were bought frozen and then either baked or deep fried, whichever way you want. And this is a chutney or sauce. You can have ketchup if you want. That's the most popular one. The mint chutney is the best. It's my homemade chutney, and these guys are very lucky that they're getting it. And I'm not going to share the recipe for that. It's too complicated.
Complicated. So there's a process, eh? So it's not just dumping things in.
It is, but it's still complicated.
All right.
So it's raw mangoes, peeled, and you put them in a blender, and you put lots of mint, and you grind it together in a blender, and then you add enough salt and sugar. That is it. That's my chutney. No other spice or anything in it.
Oh.
That's my chutney. Then I freeze it because I can't be going around eating one mango at a time to make a chutney.